Alright, so we're going to be opening up and disassembling this Razer laptop. The model number is RZ09-01953E72. Okay, I don't know if there's, I guess RZ09-0195. Okay, I don't know if there's another name, most likely like Razer Blade or something. But here you can see the bottom is somewhat bowing outwards. And if you look at here, the trackpad is popping out. So what we're going to do, I'm assuming it's caused by a bad battery. So let's go ahead and pop this open and see if removing the battery fixes that. We're going to be using, it looks like a T5 or Torx 5. So let me grab a T5. Okay. And let's go ahead and remove all the screws from the bottom. If I remember correctly, the Razer laptops don't have any clips holding the cover, so once you remove all the screws, the cover will just come off easily. I just put the screws in order like this on my desk in the power, and I remove them, so I make sure I get the right screws back in place. Alright, if this video helps you out, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Alright, so there we go. We got those 4 out. We're going to get these 2 on the sides, and then we're going to get the 4 at the bottom. Again, keep the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and lengths. Since the battery's inflated, I'm holding the cover down while I take the screw out so that it doesn't launch the screws away. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, almost there. And you can see the entire cover is lifting itself up, so definitely the battery is going to be the problem. I've never seen anything else cause this kind of issue, so I'm like 99.9999999% sure that it's the battery. I would just say 100%. Okay, so now we got all those screws out. You can see now the cover's like just wobbling, and there you can see the battery. I'm surprised that the inflated battery didn't pull out the trackpad connector here. Let me zoom in for you guys. It looks like, I believe this is the RAM. It's soldered to the board. Can't really upgrade it. We're going to flip this latch to remove this cable. Again, I don't know how it didn't manage to yank itself out, but you flip that latch up and then you can pull this cable out. We're going to flip this latch up down here. Oops, sorry. And then pull this cable out completely, just like this. And we need to remove that because this battery is going to be in the way. Let's see, how many screws do we got? We got a few screws holding the battery in. Here you can see the logo, Razer. Is there a model number here? BETTY4. Yeah, so the model number is this, BETTY4. Okay, you can see it's a 6160 milliamp hour, 70 watt hour battery. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and disconnect the battery. I believe this is the connector. So this is a pop connector. You just get underneath and just pop it up. Okay, at least I think. Yep, there you go. So I just get underneath with my fingernail and pop it out just like that. Be careful that it doesn't touch the pins on there crooked because you don't want to fry your computer that way. Let's go ahead and zoom out now. Okay. And we're going to remove the PH1 or JIS1 screws from there. I use a JIS1 screwdriver bit. Okay, we got 1 screw here. Again, keep all the screws in order. Wow, that was, yeah, that really popped out. So hopefully the trackpad will be fixed after this. Hopefully it didn't damage anything. All right, we got this screw here. Got another screw down here. I'm going to hold this down just in case. I don't want it to pop and fly out. Okay, then we got another screw down here, and then we got 2 more on the other side. Okay, got 2 more over here. Wow, this thing is like really badly inflated. Alright, last screw here, I think. Alright, I think that's all the battery screws. Let's see if we can lift the battery out now. Huh. It's stuck on something. Okay, there's this piece here I think is kind of sticking it to it. But this should just pop out, I would think. I don't see anything holding it. Let's take a look at the replacement battery. We'll see what that looks like. Okay. This one I got the battery based off just the model number of the computer. Here you can see it's the reverse. Instead of inflated, it's indented, okay? And you can see 6160 milliamp hour, same thing, 70 watt hour, BETTY4. Okay, and I think, didn't we get all the screws? I don't see any other screws here. So there's no other screws holding it. I don't know what's holding it in place. Is it stuck from being inflated so long? I don't know what's going on here. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out a tiny bit more, and I'm just gonna carefully, slowly pull up on this. Very slowly. What is going on? I don't know what's holding this in place. Nothing is there. Okay, let's try and slide it out that way. Kind of. It wiggles a little bit. Do I need to peel this off? Is that what's going on? Okay, let me... This tape shouldn't be strong enough to hold anything like that. Oh, there's another hidden screw I missed. That makes sense. Why did I think I got all of them? Okay, there we go. Get that last screw. And now... It's still kind of stuck. Okay, there we go. Alright, you can see this. Some people call it a spicy pillow. Alright, we're going to set that aside. Now that we got this open, it's pretty dusty in here. So I'm going to dust that out, clean it up, and I'll be back. Let's take a look. The trackpad is okay, and it's supposed to click there? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. So trackpad is good. We're gonna now replace the pieces. We have to put back the cable here and the battery. They have a debug connector here. Let me actually just go over the connections or what I see inside here. Alright, GPU is underneath this piece. It's not replaceable, soldered down. CPU is under here, also soldered down. You can see they put this red stuff here to prevent the chips from expanding and like getting damaged when they expand and contract when they heat and cool down. Here you can see the DC jack charge port connector right there, and it goes underneath this piece, but it's nice because it's removable. All right, there's some screws there you can easily take out. Wireless card with wireless antennas here. If you need a close-up, sometimes there's model information here. Somebody needs Killer 1535. All right. Got this connector here, I'm assuming is for the camera. Does it say? Oh yeah, it does say camera right under that cable there. And then you got the fan connector going up there, and that's just pulled straight down. You kind of grab the white plastic part of the connector at the very back and wiggle it to pull it out. Same thing with the other fan over here. CMOS, BIOS, RGC batteries right here, and the connectors underneath this tape. I'm not going to peel that up, but you pull that back. LCD, LVDS connectors right here. If you're going to mess with this, after disconnecting the battery, open up the laptop, press and hold the power button for about 15 seconds or longer, and then after that you can grab this clear tab and just pull it straight up. Okay, then you got a speaker connector here. This one you kind of wiggle and pull it up. Same thing with this side, other tiny speaker connector there. Not much else in here to look at. They have these little rubber covers covering a bunch of the screws that you can just take them out. Okay, but yeah, let's see what else. Okay, keyboard connector goes here. There's a board here that it looks like it has a bunch of connectors going into it, and like keyboard, there's two cables going from the keyboard into this here, and then I'm pretty sure there's like the keyboard backlight connectors and stuff here or something, and then it connects to the motherboard here, also with a flip latch kind of connector like this, but underneath this tape. Alright, I'm not going to mess around with that again. There's a M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD, one screw, same thing, JIS1 or PH1. Then you can pop the thing slightly up and pull it back that way. Okay, yeah, not much else to it. I'm going to clean this up. You can see there's some dust clogged in there, and the fan. So I'm going to clean that all up, and I'll be back. See you guys in a bit. Alright, I'm back. So as you can see, dust is all cleaned out from there. All right, so it should run a bit cooler, quite a bit cooler. All right, and let's go ahead now and put the battery in. So we're going to zoom out here. Okay. Next thing, we're going to just line up the battery. Pretty straightforward. Make sure the little feet go in place. So this piece has to go under, and then these feet have to go on top. So I think you actually want to put that corner in first. Then you can kind of swing it over. Makes it easier. Drops into place. Good. Let's go ahead and get the battery screws back in now. And of course, you don't want to miss that one. All right, I'm going to loosely fit the screws first just in case. All right. We'll tighten this one because it's hidden underneath. All right, but I think we should be good now once we got those two in. All right, let's go ahead and tighten them down. Okay. So far, so good. It's fitting in perfectly. Alright, last screw for the battery. Looks good. A lot of times when you replace the batteries, it might take a while to boot up because sometimes the BIOS kind of wants to do some weird cycle. In this case, there's a CMOS battery here, so it might not do that, but we'll find out. Okay, this battery connector might be a little tricky to reconnect because the cable's a little long. So what you're going to want to do, you might have to kind of fold it back here like this first. Okay. Like that. All right, and now that it's kind of up like that, we can kind of take a look in here and try and get it lined up and just push it down into place. It's hard to record this because it's best to kind of take a side view and then get that in. Sorry, I don't know if you were able to see that or not, but there we go. Oh, I probably should have put this cable in first as well. We still have this trackpad cable down here that we need to put in. Okay, line that up. Use your fingernail or a plastic tool to hold that in place, and then slide your finger over the latch to lock it down. All right, and same thing up here. I'm going to turn it sideways because it's easier to work on that way. All right, we're going to get this cable in, and same thing. You can use your fingernail or plastic tool to help pull it into place, and then slide your finger over the latch to lock it down. And actually, there's a lot of play to this cable, so I guess it helped prevent it from getting yanked out when the battery expanded like crazy. Okay, I don't know why my camera setup is being super laggy. Hopefully it's not in the video and just in the screen that I'm looking at. But there we go. We got everything put back together. If you're not sure how to remove one of these SSDs, you can watch one of my other videos. I remove it in a lot of those. But this one I'm just kind of showing what's inside because the main issue was that battery. Okay, and again, this cover doesn't really have any clips or anything, so it's kind of weird. You just have to align it by hand and then just get the screws back in. So because of that, I'm going to loosely fit all the screws to make sure everything is lined up right. Okay, so we're just going to loosely fit the screw first. Okay, we're just turning it a few times to get them in place, and then after that we'll tighten it all back down. But other than that, that's pretty much all there is to this model. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. But yeah, not much else to it. Let's get all these screws in and make sure it powers up, and we should be good to go. Alright, last one. Alright, I'm gonna go crisscross, so corners. Not that it really matters, but it helps center it a little bit better. Okay, good. Now we can just go ahead and tighten all of them down. Or you can continue doing the crisscross thingy. Okay, and that should be it. And thanks for watching. We'll power this thing up, but that's, other than that, nothing else to it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Alright, let's get this down. This into place. Let's flip this over. They did put a little cover on it. Okay, it didn't turn on. Oh, it is turning on. Okay, so we should be good to go. I'm just going to test the trackpad once it boots up to shut down the computer, and that's pretty much it. Alright. Where's the trackpad? Oh, there it is. Okay. So this isn't actually clicky. I thought this was clicky too, but I guess it makes sense because they put the buttons here. The tapping does work. But yeah, it works fine. Let me see if I can show you this. Okay. So it works fine. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. All right, let's drop this. Bye.